Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my top 10 favorite puzzles. So these puzzles are just the puzzles that I own. So if you see a puzzle that you personally like that isn't on here, well, I'm sorry. That probably means that either I don't have it or it sucks. So it's one of the two. And besides, I have a lot of good puzzles here. So anyway, I'm going to have a little countdown thing. So starting things off. Combine the powers of a Skewb, a Dino Cube, that's not a Dino Cube, just bear with me, and transparency, and you get this thing, the transparent Dino Skewb. I bought this at a competition. It was the last Caltech one, fall of 2014, and it was brand new, and this thing is really a lot of fun. It's just the right amount of difficulty. It's very similar to Hexaminx, which I still am not 100% sure of my way of solving it, but whatever. So it mixes up pretty good. It catches a little bit, but that's probably because of the transparency of the plastic. And yeah, it's just the right amount of difficulty. It's a lot of fun, doesn't pop a lot, but catches like that do happen. I'm thinking that if I buy the black one or the stickerless one, it'll probably be a lot better. Now, I really like stickerless cubes, but I gave away my stickerless 3x3, so this is the closest thing that I could find. Okay, well, it was a long shot. Anyway, this is a Calvin's puzzle iCube with the circle bits. So you can turn that, and then you can move it like that. I had a Shengshao Circle 2x2 before, and that got stolen in a competition. So when that was gone, I was feeling quite sad by it, but then I bought this, and this is a lot more fun, in my opinion. I want to buy all the other items from this particular series, because this is actually a lot of fun. If you haven't bought any of these, I would suggest that you buy at least one of them, because just having one is a lot of fun. Or you could just buy the 3x3x5 and the X Cube versions of this series, and then you could just, you know, make every other version. So yeah, there's an idea, and cost affordable, but I don't do that because I'm a collector and I collect everything. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but yeah, it's a V-Cube 7x7 to be exact. Now, before you get in a riot, I don't have an Alfu or a Shengshao 7x7, so, yeah, when I was just starting to get into cubing, the 7x7 for some reason was like, it was an eye-popper to me. And I didn't really like the Shengshao 7x7 because of its flatness. I liked it. I liked the pillowed 7x7s. I know it's a little, it's strange, but I, for some reason, really liked it. And I always liked big cubes, and this one I just have a lot of fun with. And I have three other pillowed 7x7s that aren't really all that good. I have a white V-Cube 7 that's not, it's old, so it doesn't really, I mean, it does turn pretty well, but it's a little too, it's hard to describe. I have a Landland 7x7 that's not that good anymore, and it's missing stickers, and I have a transparent Z-Cube that's also missing stickers, and that's more of a collector's item anyway, so, yeah, this is number 8. I know I could have put this at number 7, but, you know, this is kind of overshadowing by some other puzzles, so, yeah. I missed a good opportunity to joke, but whatever. Now, the Gear Cube is a very fun puzzle. It's simple. When I take it out in public, everyone's always excited about it, and when I solve it, they go crazy. but I don't like this one. It's not my top 10. The one that's number 7 for this list is the gear dodecahedron. So this is a shape mod of a gear cube. I do have other gear cube shape mods. I have a gear mesomorphics and a gear octahedron. Now, those puzzles are fun, but for some reason I like this one the most. I don't know what it is. It's not better at turning. It's not any more difficult or any easier than the other two. In fact, I think the octahedron's probably the hardest one of the three. I think it's a dodecahedron, and I really liked this this polyhedron shape. It's always been very attractive to me. It's missing a sticker. I already know that. I'm disappointed about that. But anyway, yeah, this is a very fun puzzle. Not the best, in fact. I think of all the Cube shape mods, this one's probably the worst. So, if you want a good shape mod, I would suggest the Gear Mesomorphics. But I like this one, so yeah. Cuboids are a lot of fun, and the more complex they are, the more fun they are. One example would be my 4x4x5, but yeah, I still need to get a piece for that. But the next step up is the 4x4x6. This one has always been a lot of fun. It's pretty big. It's easier than I thought it was going to be. I will say that. Having messed around with the 3x3x2 through 7, this is just a nice step up, and there is a parity with these pieces when you're done, but it's a lot easier to do it on this than it is on a 4x4x5. So that's another reason why it's so easier. I mean, or not easier, funner. More fun. There we go. And it just feels nice. Unlike the 4x4x5, it doesn't feel like this is going to really explode on you. I mean, okay, this has exploded on me a couple times, but it doesn't feel like it's going to, you know, come completely apart like the 4x4x5 did, and that's done it more than 3 times, I will say that much. And it's just a good build, and plus it has a sandy feel. This is from the new batch, so it has that sandy feel, and I always like that sandy feel for some reason. Don't judge me. I have a lot of 3x3s in my collection, but one that I take with me the most is this tiny thing. It's the Shengshao Linglong, the 46mm one. Now, why this out of any of my other 3x3s? I mean, I have some good ones. I have a Wind, I have a Guanlong, which is actually replaced my Sulong because I lost it, but somehow I managed to get a Guanlong. Yeah, that's pretty much all of my other speed cubes, but this one it's just so tiny, it's so compact. Whenever I go out in public, I always have to take a cube with me, so I usually take this one, and it's not as bulky as, say, a Wind. Like, you can tell, this is small, so yeah, I always take this with me. I take it to school, I put it in my backpack, and people are always excited when they take it out and start playing with it, and they tell me, oh, you should solve it in front of people, and yeah, anyway, bottom line, I like this, and other people like it too. Now it's very subtle, but I actually really like Megaminx. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell, but it is a fun puzzle for me to play around with. But I like shape mods too, and a shape mod of a Megaminx, that would be the Hexaminx. It turns very well, not as good as any of these other Megaminxes, but it is a shape mod, and it goes into crazy shapes sometimes. I mean, not sometimes, all the time, and it is a good time killer. But the problem is the stickers. If they had better stickers, it would probably be like number 2 or something. So, yeah, it's very fun. I got this for Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. So, that was last year. And it's still a very fun puzzle to me. And the stickers are actually in pretty good condition, considering I've had this since Christmas. But, yeah. Not much to say on this one. Next one. The Mosaic Cube. So, I bought this from Cube Dude. He had 2 that he got from Worlds, and I bought this about less than a year after Worlds. And I knew right away that this puzzle would be one of my favorites, and, well, it placed number 3 on this list, so that should tell you something. It's not that hard. I mean, it looks pretty complex, but it's a lot easier than you think. It has a lot of similarities to a Dino Cube or Rainbow Cube or one of those kind of things. And it just looks beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful looking puzzle. You gotta be real here. The turning's not that well, but who cares? They don't really make these anymore, I don't think. My favorite WC event is Pyraminx. This Shengshou Pyraminx, I have had 3 Shengshou Pyraminxes in my life. And I don't think this one's really the best, but it's just good to have a speed Pyraminx. I will get a Moyu Pyraminx, I promise. But, so far this is pretty good for me. I'm sure once I get a Moyu Pyraminx, this will just be sitting on a shelf and not doing anything that much. But, I just like Pyraminx, I always have, and, so, yeah, it's a nice puzzle. A lot of people really like it, and the only thing I hate is when people take off the tips and then replace them and they think, oh, you can't solve it, and then they take it off and they'll say, oh, you're cheating, and I'm just looking at them and I'm saying, ah, shut up. So one of my favorite puzzles when I started cubing was the Shengshou 5x5. It felt really good compared to any of my other puzzles that I had. It was very speed cubable, and yeah, it was just awesome. But something came along that really made me change, and it combined the elements of a stickerless cube into a Shengshou type mechanism, the Chi 5x5. This is a very underrated cube. I've already reviewed this, but let me just tell you, I'm surprised that there is still not a lot of people who want to get this. I mean, turning's flawless. It feels just like a Shengshou 5x5. You can mod inside this. I mean, I wouldn't think it would be that hard. Like, do Constaflorian on it. Constaflorian on this. I mean, it probably will not. It probably will look a little ugly, but the performance would be great. I mean, I know eventually the Aochuang is going to come out in stickerless, and I know the Hua Shuang is coming out. I don't know if that'll be in stickerless or not, but I mean, come on, you could get this for really cheap. This is like a third of the price of an Aochuang. I want more people to buy this. This is a really good 5x5. So, yeah, I can't stress this enough, and if I try and stress enough, I'll end up looking like a crazy person. So, let's get all the puzzles that are my favorites in here. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching this video and all that stuff. So, this will probably change. I'll probably do another one of these next year. So, thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And very late Christmas and Happy New whatever.